morning, good morning, good morning. All right, Hawks fans, welcome to the Edge. We have a home game this morning, game one of the state championships. Your Littleton Hawks wearing black, going up against Arapahoe Navy. We will have two more games, no matter what happens, after today's game. It is not one and done necessarily. Win and move on. That is not the case for the first three games, or the first two games. But we're underway. Trace to Colin, goes into the zone. Arapahoe will control it and gets it out to neutral, flips it to center ice. That that was Kai with it, and then flipped in deep. Nolan goes back for it. Reverses course, flips it off the boards to Ilya. They'll swing it back around the other directions. Kai is there at the blue line. Centering pass, intercepted by Arapahoe. Kai gets in the way of that one, though, and now flips that one into the zone. That was on net. Goalie had to make a stick save and push it to the corner. Not too big of a deal, but that'll go down as a shot. Arapahoe fires their first shot, and Branson gloves that one out of the air. We have our first stoppage. 42 seconds into the game. Here's Carson to take the draw. Arapahoe controls, fires that one towards the net. Arapahoe player was laying down on the ice, got knocked down, deflected off of him into the corner. Centering pass comes through. Christian gets it off of his stick. Arapahoe controls it. Good check by Larry into the boards to separate the player from the puck. Tyler with it along the boards, gets it out of the zone. Arapahoe with it again. They'll skate it back in. Fires that one on net. Stick save by Branson. There was a Arapahoe player on the back door, but couldn't get it. Carson taken out short of the blue line, and Arapahoe takes it back. Good 1-2 there, but he'll flip it in on net. Branson, no problem saving that one with the stick, and then cleared out to neutral by Nolan. Arapahoe goes back for it, fires it back and forth. Good passing here. They'll dump it in the zone. Controls it in the corner. Good check again there by the Hawks. I think that was Larry again. And that gets that out to neutral. Bryden was on the attack there briefly. Now Kellen with it. Flips that one towards our blue line, but can't get it through. Now Larry with it. Fires that across to this near side. Nolan had to corral that one. Is a little underneath him. That's Larry and Zach with it on the far side. Now Bryden comes in to help, but finds an Arapahoe player in the circle, but his shot never got through. Poked along the boards. A couple players go down, no call. Pass to the near side, up the boards, and just barely out. Arapahoe gets it again, flips it into the zone. Larry with it. Intercepted by Arapahoe. He's got space. That shot hard wrister from the far circle up and over the net. First golden opportunity of the game, but he misfired. Trace with it. Nolan to Kellen, but out of his reach. Arapahoe controls it in the neutral zone. Flips it into the zone. Nolan goes back for it. Skates it behind the net. Fires it up the boards. Zach deflects it, but not out. Dumped in again. Nolan will have to chase after this again. Centering pass deflected off an Arapahoe player. Larry's going to shove his guy out of the way. Larry off to a good start here this morning. Kai fires it all the way across to this near side, but a saucer pass. Colin couldn't quite control it, and they're going to say icing. Colin thinks he got a touch on it. Referee doesn't agree. 10:24 left in the first period. We're still scoreless. Game one of the state playoffs. See if Trace's line can get a little offensive zone possession time. He wins the face-off. Nolan fires it around. Collins on the far side, or on the near side here. They're digging for it. Collins comes away with it, fires it through the center. Off of Kai's stick, he'll chase it down. Passes that one into the zone, but that pass from Arapahoe comes right to Colin. He'll swing it back behind the net. Kai back there. Centering pass got deflected by the Arapahoe defender, and they're able to break out. Flips it by the defense, chases after it. Trace is able to take this away. Sidesteps one guy, gets it to Kai. Looking for some help, fires it up the boards. There's Trace. Avoids one defender, but then loses it, and Arapahoe takes control. Centering pass gets deflected into the zone. Nolan back for it again. Centering pass finds an Arapahoe player right at the edge of the far circle. He didn't get all of that, but Branson was perfectly positioned to catch that one out of the air and freeze it. 9:26 left in the first period. Carson on the draw. Arapahoe corrals that at the blue line, flips it behind the net. Arapahoe still with it, passes it out to the point, dumps it back in again. Larry shoves his guy into the boards. That allows Carson to get it briefly. Arapahoe takes it back, centering pass. Rhett clears it out from the front of the net. Centering pass deflected by Christian out to neutral, no ice. He'll chase after this. Comes all the way down for the goalie to play it to his defenseman. Fires it up the boards. Carson knocked it down at the blue line. Christian couldn't quite get to it. Arapahoe fires that one all the way around. Tyler applies some pressure, kept it in briefly, but now we've got a 3-on-2 coming back the other way. Arapahoe fires it through the center, deflects off a stick to the corner. Larry with it in the corner now. Arapahoe player loses his stick, flipped up the boards. Arapahoe still controls it though. He got his stick back, weird carom off the boards. Arapahoe still with it, fires that one again behind the net. Here's Nolan, flips that one in the air out to neutral. They're going to say no icing as the Arapahoe player had an opportunity to play that puck and couldn't do it. Carson with it, flips that one behind the net, and he'll go for a change. That's Zach and Kellen in the corner, but Arapahoe comes away with it. Chips that one out to neutral. Can't control it, though, taken away by Zach and then flipped forward by Bryden. That one chipped into the zone. And now all the way around, Ilya, or no, I'm sorry, that was Ilya, yes. Fires that one through center. Bryden intercepts that, clearing pass by Arapahoe. They race up the near side. Flips it into the zone. Ilya controls it. Did not get all of that pass, and it ended up coming right to the net, and Branson just thought to cover it up since there were a couple of Arapahoe players in the neighborhood. 7:26 left in the first period. Arapahoe controlling most of the puck possession here in the early going. They handled us pretty easily a couple weeks ago, beating us, I believe, 5-1 at Arapahoe's home arena, but we didn't really show up for that game. Hopefully we can have a little motivation for this game in the state tournament. That was Kai on the far post, firing that wrister high. Colin tried to find him again on the far post. Ilya fires it towards the net, didn't get through. And now that's our first real opportunity that we've had in our offensive zone. A couple of good opportunities thrown towards the net, though not much got through. Kai at the blue line, can't get it out. Push deep. Kellen will go after it. Skates it through our defensive zone. Gets a stick thrown at him and loses it, but then Colin is able to sweep that one into the zone, and we go for a line change. Defenders chase after it. Brought to this near side. Ilya stepped in front of that to deflect it on net, and Branson covers. 6:31 left in the first period. Carson on the face-off. Larry up the boards. Christian skates this one out of the zone. Getting harassed from behind. Gets it to Tyler right in front. Shot saved by the blocker of the Arapahoe goalie. First really golden opportunity. And now we're going to get a penalty call against Arapahoe as Carson was tripped behind the net. That loose puck found Tyler right in the slot, and he couldn't quite get that one past the goalie. We're going to have to be opportunistic. Arapahoe's doing a good job with puck possession. We're going to have to take advantage of those breakout opportunities, and almost got one there. Here's Carson on the offensive zone faceoff as the Hawks are on the power play with 6:15 left in the first period. Still 0-0. Larry steps up to this one but can't get it through, and there's a break. Branson comes out to play it, though, and the referees say play on. Here's Christian with it. We come back quickly the other way. He races into the zone, fires that one on net, stick save into the corner. Taken away by Tyler. Centering pass didn't get through. Arapahoe breaks out. This will kill a little bit of time on this power play as he skates it into the zone, gets around Cole. Still has it behind the net. Larry now chases pass towards the blue line, and then that shot had to be pushed aside by Branson. And now Bryden with it. Fires to the far side. This is Tyler. He loses an edge, though, and Arapahoe is able to dump it back in. That deflected pass finds an Arapahoe player. Here's Tyler with it. No, that's Zach just off the bench. He dumps it in and chases after. Bryden and Zach apply pressure. Centering pass didn't get through. Arapahoe fires that one all the way down. That'll be icing. 51 seconds left in the Hawks power play. Still 0-0. 5:06 remaining in the first period. Bryden wins the faceoff. Thrown towards the net. Kick save by the Arapahoe goalie. Flipped up the boards. And by Ilya. Nolan goes back to get it. Loses it behind the net. Steals it from the Arapahoe player. Hits the brakes and finds Kellen on this near side. Gets around one defender. Still with the puck. Skates into the zone. Fires a wrister wide of the net. Kai, good job to use his body to separate from the puck there. And then Nolan fights for it near the point. Now Trace with it. Tries to step around the defenders. Does. Still has it. Here's Nolan with it. Fires that one back towards Trace. Still has it. Gets it to Zach, I believe, on the far side. Now Nolan with it from the point or the high slot. Can't get it on net, but that attempt does go. And that was Trace with an opportunity. They made the initial save, and then Kai on the far post with a wide open net gets the rebound, and that's a power play goal for the Hawks. Back in action, Carson on the draw. Hawks with a 1-0 lead here in the first period. Arapahoe with it. Flips that one towards the net, and then that one, Branson, that's a terrible break for Branson. He's casually trying to catch that out of the air, no problem on that weak shot, and it just bounced off his glove. Came right to the Arapahoe player, and there was a wide open net just waiting for him, and just like that, 1-1. Tough break for Branson there. Ties it up. 4 minutes exactly left in the first period. Let's see if we can get that momentum back here. Got a little bit of offense on that power play. We need to keep a little bit of that momentum. Here's Larry in the corner. Flips it up the boards. Arapahoe gets it. Centering pass to the circle. Wide open shot. I think that one bounced off Branson got the tip of his glove on that one to get it up and over the boards. Arapahoe controls it back by their defensive blue line. That deflected pass finds a Hawks player. Here's Kellen with it. He'll fire a wrister. Good save by Arapahoe. Comes all the way around. This is Rhett with it at the blue line. Flips that one back deep, and the Hawks will go for a change. Bryden down there all by himself. And he's going to be able to intercept that misplay by the Arapahoe defender. And Kai hustles in to break it up too. Goes off of Collins' skate, but comes right back to the Arapahoe defender, flailing back there a little bit. Good hustle by Trace to block the boards, but 2-on-2 comes back the other way. Goes to the far circle, pushed to this corner by Rhett. Comes around, wraparound. Great save by Branson. One-timer, another great save by Branson. Too many opportunities down there in that shift. Colin got held, no call coming up, but here's Kai with it, fires a wrister, glove save, and it's frozen. 2:34 left in the first period, 1-1. Here's Carson on the offensive zone faceoff. Comes to an Arapahoe player, and he'll fling that one around the boards. Ilya steps in and is able to keep that one in. But Arapahoe controls it again, fires it all the way around. Nolan stepping up on the play, keeps it along the boards, but Arapahoe now coming out, passes to the near side, and flips it out to neutral. Ilya will control it. Assesses the situation, finds Nolan, centering pass deflects, but it finds Christian. He will flip that one towards the goalie. He'll play it with his stick behind the net, flipped all the way around. Ilya steps in. He still has it, looking for some help in front of the net. Finds Kellen out by the point, fires that shot wide of the net. Carson now with it. Tries to get it to Tyler at the point, but Arapahoe intercepts it and they break out. Ilya throws his guy into the corner, takes him out. Good defense there. Carson and Ilya behind the net. Ilya fires that one around the net. Here's Tyler with it. Still has it. Will skate that one, passes it off of an Arapahoe stick, and Ilya flips that one out the center. 1:23 left in the first period. Sent out to neutral. Here's Nolan. Finds Ilya on this far side, near side. Flings it up the boards just out of reach of Bryden. Poked back out to neutral. Steps around a defender but loses the puck, and the Arapahoe was offsides. 1:07 left in the first period, 1-1. Neutral zone face-off. Bryden will control it on the far boards. Zach steps through some players and flips that one towards the net. Played by the goalie to his defender. And comes back out to neutral. Bryden sends it back towards the blue line, but intercepted. Here's Cole. Fires it hard around the boards. Nolan is over there, but Arapahoe gets to it. Pushes it back behind the net. Cole tried to play it to Bryden, but intercepted by the attacking Arapahoe player. They still have it in the corner. Flips it behind the net. Chases after it. Here's Larry with it. Fighting for it in the corner. Thrown towards the net. Goes off the side of the net. Centering pass. Arapahoe streaking in quickly to get that shot attempt. And there was a Arapahoe player also streaking in to get it. Good hustle by Arapahoe to create something there where there wasn't much going on. Now Kellen fires a wrister into the defender, and they're able to send it out to neutral. There's Larry with it. Bouncing puck finds Kai briefly, but overskated, and comes back, and that's the end of the first period. 1-1, a power play goal for the Hawks, and then quickly answered by Arapahoe to tie it seconds later. We're 1-1 after one. All right, about to get underway. Period 2. Game 1 for the Hawks in the state championship. Trace wins the faceoff, goes to Kellen. Deflected away, though, by Arapahoe. And here they come into the zone quickly. Tries to get around defender. Good centering pass, but too many sticks in the way, and it's broken up. Kai gets it to Colin. He's got a little speed here, but gets poked from behind. Comes to Kai. Wrister over the net. Here's Nolan with it. Fires it back around the net. There's Kai. Gets by his stick, though. Comes to the corner. Colin tried to poke from behind. Deflected by Trace, but out to neutral it goes. Arapahoe flips that one into the zone. Goes all the way around for Ilya to poke that one up the boards. To Colin. Tries to get it out, but can't. Push back deep. Ilya pokes at this one. Finds Nolan with it. Flipped it back to Ilya, but didn't get much mustard on that one, and he has to push it all the way back around to this near side. Kai throws that one through center, and here's Colin racing through again. 1-on-2, back the other way, loses it, gets it back, slides that one through the crease, and I don't think Trace saw that until the very last second. Couldn't get his stick on it. Good play by Colin. Here's Nolan with it. Hands it off to Ilya. Ilya will skate up this near side, circles around, reassesses, sends it back to Nolan again. Flips that one up the boards. Here's Tyler just off the bench, goes by his stick and comes out to neutral. Arapahoe with it. Tyler off of his stick, but finds an Arapahoe player, races into the zone. That shot deflected off of Nolan's stick and goes up and over the net. Arapahoe still with it. Tries a wraparound. Smush, saved by Branson at the right on the goalie line, and they're going to say it's a goal. Branson had his foot on that near post, and the referee is going to claim that he did not blow the whistle, that the goal counts. The puck crossed over the line, and they're going to give Arapahoe that goal. 2-1. I don't like that one. Bryden on the face-off. They win it. Flipped up the boards. Arapahoe gets control of it. Fires that one through neutral. Larry will get it. Throws that one off the boards all the way down, and they're going to call icing on that. Bryden on the faceoff quickly came to an Arapahoe player who turned and fired. Hard wrister. Branson with a solid save right there to keep it 2-1. Defensive zone faceoff. They'll do it again. Same exact thing. Came right to the Arapahoe player. That time he got a little bit more on it. Fired a slap shot that Branson was able to handle. We got to do a better job of winning the faceoffs and then attacking as soon as the puck comes through. This time it goes all the way through to the wall. Larry tries to dig it out, pushes it up towards the blue line, but not out. Larry intercepts that one, fires it out to neutral. Arapahoe intercepts it. 2-1 Arapahoe, 11:30 left in the second period. Game 1 of the state championship. Good poke by Bryden. Kellen is able to take it away. Skates it into the zone. A little bit of space. Fires a wrister right into the belly of the Arapahoe goalie to keep it 2-1. Trace on the face-off. Arapahoe wins it and then fires it into the bench. Do it again. This time Arapahoe wins the face-off, but Trace, bounced over his stick. and Arapahoe is able to break out. Trying to get around Ilya. He holds him up at the blue line, but gets around him. Fires that wrister. Good save by Branson. Cleared out of harm's way on the rebound by the Hawks. Gets it out to Kai, who finds Colin on the far circle. Fires that wrister. Didn't get through. Flipped out to neutral. Quickly, they bring it to this near side. Here's Nolan. He fires it into the zone. Colin throws a stick at the puck, but Arapahoe maintains control until Trace digs it out. Here's Colin with it again, finds Nolan at the slot. Wrister wide of the net, but glove save by Arapahoe goalie will freeze it with 10:35 left in the second period. Good energy on that shift by the Hawks. That's what we need to do every shift. Carson on the face-off. Drops the puck. Arapahoe wins it. Has it behind the net. Circles around. Still maintain possession behind the net. Fires it up on the blue line. Good bounce for Arapahoe off the boards, and they're quickly back the other way. Good job by Tyler to throw his guy off the puck, but he did manage to get a wrister on net that Branson had to save. Centering pass, deflects off a couple sticks and then thrown out towards the blue line, but not out. Centering pass just behind Tyler, couldn't get a stick on it. That shot saved by Branson. 9:57 left in the second period, 2-1 Arapahoe, after the Hawks got the opening goal of this game on a power play. A goal by Kai. Bryden on the faceoff wins that one cleanly to Cole. Weird bounce off the boards. That is a horrible break for the Hawks right there. Cole fired that one off the boards, and it took a 90-degree angle bounce off of the boards and trickled right to this near post. Branson was moving to the far side as the puck should have been going around that way, and the Arapahoe player had an empty net to just flip that one easily in for the goal. Not Branson's fault. No one's fault there. Cole did what he was supposed to do. Branson was moving the way he should have been moving, but just a horrible bounce off the boards. And just like that, it's 3-1 with 9:30 left to go in the second period. D to D, they pass it, flips it up the boards, deflected at center ice and flipped in. They're saying no icing. Cole goes back for it, but comes to this near side. Arapahoe still controls it. Passes it across, didn't get much on that one, and Kellen intercepts it. Got poked off of his stick now, and he'll have to chase after. Comes to the far boards. Kai just off the bench, couldn't quite get to that one, and Arapahoe comes back the other way. Skates into the zone. That centering pass deflected off a Hawks player right on net, and that actually had some steam on it, and Branson had to make a save. Trace to take this face off. Flipped into the netting. Face off controlled by the Hawks. This is Colin with it. Gets to the center ice line, flips it in the zone, but intercepted and poked back out to neutral. And here comes Arapahoe back the other way. Tries to step around Nolan and couldn't do it. Good play by Nolan to stand him up there. Now Trace with it, trying to control it, reaching in for it, can't get it. And that is offsides. Trace to take this neutral zone face-off, controlled by Arapahoe. Centering pass intercepted by Nolan. Up the boards to Kai. And that one did come out, and the Hawks raising their hand, wanting it offsides, but the referee, out of position, couldn't make the call. Nolan now does get it out to neutral. Arapahoe goes back for it. Flips it off the boards. Kicked forward. Trace reaches in for it, can't get it. That one bounces off of the ref, who's kind of in no man's land over there, trying to keep his feet out of the way. And Arapahoe comes away with it again. 2-on-1 developing here, wide open. Goal. (4-1), 7:44 left in the second period. 2 lucky goals for Arapahoe and 2 legit goals. And here they come into the zone again. Fires that one high over the net. Comes back out to neutral. Arapahoe controls it, pushes it into the zone. Rhett tried to steer that one up the boards, couldn't do it. Good lift of the stick there, but still finds an Arapahoe player. And they'll still control the puck. Sends it all the way around the boards. Larry absorbs the hit, but can't get it out. And now Larry, that is Christian with it. Skates that one through center. Fires that one towards the net, stick to side. Carson with it in the corner. Christian tries to come in to help, and Arapahoe pokes it out and comes back the other way. Flips it into the zone, and the Arapahoe will go for a change as the Hawks come back to collect this puck. That's Larry with it. Flips it off the boards. That deflected pass comes towards Tyler, but too many sticks getting thrown at it, can't control it, and the bouncing puck finds Arapahoe. Good move to slide that one through, but lost it. Poke back towards the net. Can't control it. Now Rhett with it behind the net. Arapahoe controls it. Guy wide open in the slot as the Hawks were slow to recover. That centering pass, Rhett was all over his back, though. Couldn't get a shot off. That shot, blocker save by Branson to the far boards. Centering pass goes wide of the net. Goes behind. Steps into the circle, fires a wrister. Good save by Branson. 4-1. 5:59 left in the second period. Bryden on the face-off. Skirts through the slot, and Branson had to slide over and make a save as people were throwing sticks at the puck. It bounced up into him. 5:53 left in the second period. Bryden wins that face-off. Good face-off win by him. Ilya with it. Centering pass deflects off a stick. One-timer wide of the net. Good pass there by Arapahoe, finding his guy just camped out in the slot. Just barely missed that shot. Bryden steps around the defender, slides that one up through neutral, but Kellen couldn't reach for it. Arapahoe goes back for it. Arapahoe breaks out, skates it into the zone, tries to get around a defender, but kicked it aside, and Bryden's able to corral it and skate that one away from harm's way. Good job hitting the brakes to reassess. Good pass up to Kellen. He'll skate into the zone, trying to get around a defender, couldn't get it through. Fires that shot off the skate of the legs, or the skate or legs of the defender, but here it is right in front. Bryden, backhander, saved by the Arapahoe. Here they come back out of their defensive zone. Good interception there by Bryden. Good shift by him. Tries to split the defenders, can't do it. Zach now chasing after it. Kellen will get there first, or Nolan. Nolan fires that one into the zone. Hawks go for a change. Arapahoe with it. 4:35 left in the second period. 4-1 Arapahoe. Passes it up the near boards, but into Nolan and back out to neutral. Tries to dump it in again, and Arapahoe skates away with it. Gets around one guy. Ilya, good job throwing a stick at it to take it away. Gets a stick thrown at him, and it's a 2-on-2 back the other way. This is Colin with it. Tries to get around defender, loses it. Arapahoe skates it out. Now Kai and Colin with it. Couldn't decide who wanted it, and now Arapahoe decides they want it. They skate away with it. Come out to neutral. And whip it into the zone. Ilya and Colin on the far side. Throws behind the net. Now Nolan with it. Off the boards behind Ilya, though. He pokes that one forward. Up to Colin, who flips it into our offensive zone. Kai on the forecheck. They'll pass it D to D and break out again. Off of Nolan's skate. Arapahoe able to skate this one in. Nolan, good job lifting the stick to take that puck away. Now here's Christian with it. Flips that one off the boards. Cole will have to go back for it. He's got a second here to assess. Kai, good job playing that puck up through neutral, but Arapahoe takes it away. Just over 3 minutes left in the second period. Here comes Arapahoe breaking out again. Skates it into the zone. Gets around a defender. Centering pass, blocked and saved by Branson. Comes up the near boards. Tyler fighting for it along the boards. Gets it out to neutral, but Arapahoe takes it away. That one took a weird bounce off the boards. Arapahoe gets it. Fires that one at the net, and Branson gloves it and freezes it with 2:45 left in the second period. Face-off won by Arapahoe. Fires that centering pass into the slot, but deflected away. Comes back out to the point, taken away by Larry. Gets it onto his forehand, assesses the situation, flips it up the boards, but didn't get it out. That deflected off of something and stayed in. Now Carson fighting with it, pokes it up. Here's Tyler with it, trying to get a step on the defender. Fires a wrister, block, didn't get through, and then poked away. And here comes Arapahoe back the other way. 3-on-2 developing. Centering pass, wide open from the slot, goal. Three-on-two coming back the other way, and that guy in the slot was left wide open. He had all day to kind of pick his spot and beat Branson over his shoulder. Bryden wins the face-off. Rhett with it. Flips it over to Nolan, up to Kellen, into the zone. Arapahoe chases, gets there first, slides it up the boards, and they'll break out with it again. Good poke from behind by Kellen, but not hard enough, and here we go back the other way. Good poke by Nolan there to break that up, and now he is able to take it away, flips it out to neutral. Arapahoe controls it again, tried to put that into the zone, but Nolan was in the way. This is Rhett with it, flips it off the boards. Arapahoe controls, gets it in deep, and here is Rhett stepping into that to break up that threat, but Arapahoe controls it again behind the net. To the far circle, Bryden intercepts that. Slides it up the boards. Here's Kellen with it. Tried to step around a defender, couldn't do it. Arapahoe steps back into the zone. Fires that one in deep. Bryden will hustle back to get this. Slides it up the boards. Deflected off of Zach. Tries to poke it around. Intercepted. Bryden to push that one into the zone. Good hustle by Bryden. Now Kellen on the forecheck. throws his guy into the boards, but Arapahoe controls it again, pushes it up the boards. Good step by Nolan, slides that one by the defender and gets it deep again. Misfires on that clearing attempt, but Arapahoe still controls. Fires that one all the way down, and unfortunately that's on net, so no icing. Branson has to play that one to Nolan. We're down to 35 seconds left in the second period. The second period dominated by Arapahoe. They skate into the zone. Gets around one defender, centering pass, deflected behind the net. Down to 20 seconds left in the second period. From the point, spins around and just sends it deep. Rhett chases after it, but now Arapahoe controls it behind the net. Circles through the near circle, still has the puck. Down to 6 seconds left. Fires that shot off of a leg. Kai can't control it though. They still have it. Down to 1 second, and that'll do it. Not a good second period for the Hawks. Some bad puck luck for the Hawks. Good puck luck for Arapahoe resulted in a goal that period, but then a couple lapses allowed some good opportunities for Arapahoe, and they took advantage of them, and they're up 5-1. Animated speech there by Coach Zach, and I think that's what they need right now, because easy for them to get down, being down 5-1, but we've got another game tomorrow and another game tomorrow afternoon. So we need to create a little momentum and be able to carry that through the rest of the tournament. Just if we lose this game doesn't mean we're done. That Kai had an opportunity there, but it looks like he took that one right on his hand, and he's got to get back to the bench. Clearing attempt does not get out. Here's Colin with it. Finds Trace. Couldn't get the one-timer. Tyler off the bench. Couldn't get to that one, and Arapahoe is able to get that one out to neutral. Here's Larry with it. Sends that one towards the blue line. The bouncing puck finds an Arapahoe player. That's the story of this game. Tyler tries to rub his guy off. Good check from behind by Larry to separate the player from the puck. Centering pass comes all the way through. One-timer. Branson makes the save. 13-14 left in the game. 5-1 Arapahoe. Carson to take this face off. Steps around to one player. Centering pass didn't get through. Poked at by Nolan. Arapahoe still controls it. Circles around. Sends it up to the point. Back to him on the far boards. Spins around. And now is able to slide that one towards Tyler. He's got a poke at that one, and Arapahoe takes it away. They'll skate it through the zone. Comes up through neutral. Skates this one in on the near side. Steps around a defender. Finds another Arapahoe player. Spins around. And that one didn't get through. Now centering pass. Broken up by Carson. Flips that one up the boards. Here's Tyler with it. Pokes that one out to neutral. Arapahoe intercepts. Sends that one back through the zone all the way down, but they're going to say no icing. Nolan will come back for it. Flips it off the boards. Bounces off the back of the net. Another weird bounce. Now Ilya with it. Throws that one across to the far side. Here's Zach with it. Nolan or Bryden racing in to try and support. That shot goes high and wide, bounces off the boards. Bryden had it, but now taken away by Arapahoe. Skates that one into the zone, tries to get around Ilya. He throws him off the puck. Good defense by Ilya. but comes right back to Arapahoe. Centering pass, misses the one-timer. Arapahoe still with it. Centering pass, deflected away by Ilya. Thrown behind the boards. Ilya pokes at it, but weird bounce comes right in front of the net into the crease, and Branson actually had to have his leg in the way. It bounced off of his leg. Another bounce going to Arapahoe's way. Hits the brakes, loses an edge. Bryden takes it away. Nolan with it in the corner, gets it to Bryden, flips that one through center, deflected puck, comes all the way to the near boards, and Arapahoe gets there first. Flips it back into the zone. He's got a little bit of space, but couldn't handle the rolling puck, and we'll just have to poke at it and put it deep. 10:48 left in the game, 5-1 Arapahoe. Sent all the way through. Arapahoe will chase this one down. Flips it off the boards, sent it back to him. Kellen was there to take it. And now there's Trace with it. Steps around a defender, but too many sticks in the way. But it comes back to him. Fires that shot. Save. Bouncing puck cleared out of the way. And now here comes Arapahoe back. Quickly back the other way. Gets around a defender. Shot. Saved by Branson. Taken out behind the net. That was Larry, I think. Pent up the boards. Here's Tyler with it. He's got a head of steam trying to get around a defender. Loses it into the zone. Colin chasing after it, played by the goalie. And now here's Tyler with it again. Fires that one towards the net, but didn't get through, and Arapahoe comes out with it. Centering pass. Gets caught up underneath their feet, and they lose it, and that's sent back out to neutral by Larry. Down to 9:46 left in the game. Fires a wrister. Broken stick as Larry had that. His stick in the way to deflect it, but it broke it. So, broken stick laying in the middle of the ice. Now it's pushed into the corner. Larry goes to the bench. Fresh defender with a fresh stick comes on. Sent out to the point. Zach steps in to intercept that, but Arapahoe still controls it. Centering pass finds Nolan. Nolan will skate this one through the zone. Fires a centering pass that finds Carson eventually. But again, too many sticks in the way, and Arapahoe is able to push that one back towards our zone. Deflected puck again finds Arapahoe. Down to 9 minutes left in the game. Sent all the way through. Arapahoe goes back to get it. Passes to this near side. Nolan saves it at the blue line and keeps it in, but now pushed back out by Arapahoe. Now Nolan's got to hustle back for it. Pokes it off the boards to himself, flips it off the boards and out to neutral. D to D. Now centering pass intercepted by Christian. Good read there, but that hard pass couldn't control it. And they come back the other way. Tyler has his pocket picked, steps around the defender, and now he puts his stick in there to break that up. Cole fires it off the boards. Nolan now back there to help. And now I think that's Nolan with it, flips it out to neutral. Christian almost there to intercept it. Now Nolan fighting for it. Christian sends it into the zone. Kai fresh off the bench. Good thing his hand, looks like his hand is okay. Now Bryden with it. Up the boards. Then gets by Nolan and sent all the way down. They are going to say icing? No, they're going to wave it off. No, they gave him icing. Not sure why they gave him icing on that. And the clock is still rolling, so I guess a 4-goal differential in the third period is a rolling clock. 7:29 and counting left in the game. Face off one cleanly by Bryden. That's Rhett with it. Fires it back into the corner. Arapahoe gets there first, though. Flips that one out to neutral. Rhett was taken out by the referee, and now Larry's got to chase back for it. Bouncing puck comes right to an Arapahoe player. Good hustle by Arapahoe. Almost created something out of nothing there. Branson was there to make the save, though. Now flipped towards neutral zone, not out. Here's Bryden applying some pressure, poked away. Larry now sends that one towards Kellen, but he gets it poked away. Arapahoe's still with it. Skates behind the net, tries looking for a wrapper around. Decides to just maintain puck control. Hands it off to his defender. He skates in and fires that one behind the net. Kai tries to chip that one up the boards. Can't do it. Ryden tries to chip it away from the few guys that are down on the far side. Dangerous play there on the boards. Puck caught up in the slush that accumulates along the bench there. And the referees decided to just call it dead as a guy was down and getting manhandled. 6 minutes and counting on a rolling clock here in the third period. 5-1 Arapahoe. Sent into the zone. Larry chases after this. Absorbs the hit, kinda. Sends it up the boards. Here's Colin with it. Centering pass intercepted. Here's Trace. Good hustle by Trace. Has it in the corner. Steps around one guy. Centering pass. Finds Zach in the slot, and he's able to deflect that one in for a Hawks goal to make it 5-2. We've basically had no energy this third period, but a little burst of energy there by Trace created something, and he is able to throw that one into the crease. Zach was there to deflect it home to make it 5-2. So no more rolling clock with 5 minutes and 30 seconds left. Face off, poked back towards center, and Arapahoe will control it. Sent on net. Branson gloves it and freezes it. 5 minutes and 20 seconds left. Now 5-2 Arapahoe. Trace on the face-off. One-timer by Arapahoe. That's like the third or fourth time they've been able to create something like that off of the face-off. Cole swings it around to this near side. Colin gets to it, but deflected and intercepted. Now he has it again, but gets his stick held and can't get it to a teammate. Arapahoe with it again. Flips a backhander towards the crease. Deflected away by Ilya. And that pass goes wide of his player, and that's offsides, and they're going to send it all the way down, as well they should. 4 minutes, 55 seconds left. Carson on the face-off, controlled by Arapahoe in the corner. Flips it up the boards. And they'll break out. 3-on-2, coming back the other way again. Now a 2-on-1, centering pass. Good pass, better goal. Another 3-on-2 breakaway, and a guy wide open racing down the slot or the far post. And Arapahoe doesn't miss those opportunities. 6-2, 4 minutes, 24 seconds left in the game. Dumps it into the zone. Nolan with it. Hits the brakes. Flips it up the boards towards Christian. They'll try and get that one up to Carson. He'll get around a defender, and he's got the puck. Gets harassed from behind. Centering pass to Christian. Had a guy all over him. And now they'll pinball it back and forth. Race into the zone. Gets around one defender. Poked at by Nolan. Breaks that up a little bit. But Arapahoe still controls it. We're under 4 minutes left in the game. Tyler harassing from behind. That pass from the far circle, saved by Branson. Nolan and Carson in the corner. Christian with it. Nolan again. 3 Hawks players in the corner there. Bouncing puck finds an Arapahoe player. He fires a wrister wide of the net. Nolan has this puck. Skates it up the far side. Loses it at the blue line. And that one deflected into the bench. 3 minutes left in the game. Rolling clock, 6-2. Arapahoe leads. Bryden on the face-off. Hawks control it. Pushed up the boards, though, and intercepted by Arapahoe, and then intercepted by the Hawks. And that guy was just plain and simple, just looking to take out Bryden at the blue line, but he missed him. Sent all the way down. That'll be icing. 2:20 left in the game. Bryden on the faceoff fires a wrister. Stick save. Arapahoe will break out. That one a little bit too hard, and Larry's able to take it away. Bryden with it. Comes back into our defensive zone. Larry corrals it. We're under 2 minutes left in the game. Up to Kellen. Tries to get around a defender, and now does. Gets it to Bryden. 3-on-2 coming back our way. Looking for some help. Loses it in the corner, but recovers it. Skates around, fires that one right through the slot. Here's Cole, fires a one-timer, and that deflected off a couple people. I think that even went off of Kellen, and he couldn't get it in. And now they're going to freeze the puck on the far post. 1:15 left in the game. Offensive zone face-off coming up for the Hawks. Down 6-2. Some puck luck for Arapahoe changed this game early, and then the floodgates kind of open. There's Kai with an opportunity from the right in front of the blue paint. Fired towards the net again. Save. Kai trying to get the rebound. Centering pass. Can't get that one through. With it again. Good hustle by Kai. Great shift by Kai. Showing some hustle down 6-2. 40 seconds left in the game. The clock is still rolling. We'll have another offensive zone face-off. Trace on the face-off. Colin gets it. Fires a wrister over the net. 25 seconds left in the game. Colin and Kai in the far boards, or near boards. Comes out to neutral, but Larry had to play that one in the neutral zone, so it comes out. We have to reset. Fired across to Cole. He skates into the zone, fires it towards the net, deflects into the corner. We're down to 10 seconds left in the game. Kai will chase after this. We will be back in action tomorrow morning at 7:30 a.m. Mountain Time, where we will go up against Vail yet again. That'll be the 4th time we will have played Vail this year. 7:30 a.m. Mountain Time, right here from the edge, and that'll be followed most likely by either a 4 o'clock or 5:30 game. We'll see you tomorrow.